big weekend here in Canada. It's basically same as United States Memorial Day. So what's everybody up to on this long weekend? The weather is absolutely beautiful, though it's been sketchy. Like yesterday it was cloudy and then we had a rainstorm and then it got nice. It's been all over the place. Still haven't retired yet. Still working 4 hours a week. I go into work and anybody ever, oh, aren't you retired? Yes. That's all I answer them. Then I look back at the keyboard or down at the screen. But I think I'm getting close. And Friday, my daughter had given me a free pedicure. So I had booked an appointment on Friday to get a pedicure. Nothing looks more gross to me than a woman in sandals that doesn't know enough to keep her toenails and feet clean and done. And it's really worth it because afterwards it makes your feet feel so good. I only get it done 2-3 times a year. But it's just somebody with nice toenails, it looks good with sandals. When you see somebody with flip-flops or sandals on and they don't give a shit about what their feet look like or their toes look like, I find funny because those are usually the same women that having their nails done, fingernails done are a big deal. Now, I don't wear the fake nails anymore like I used to. Used to wear them daily. And as a result of it, for doing it for years, it left dents and bruises in my nail beds. But I still keep them nice and my hands nice. And I still polish my nails if I'm going someplace special. So I went and got that done, and was it Friday? And then I went to my last cooking class, which turned out to be a pretty cool thing. This is why I always say to get out there and do things that you normally don't do. I met new acquaintances. And out of that cooking class, I've made a pretty good friend. And her name is Becky. And we all got talking. See, after we're done cooking, one of the things we do, we always make an extra one. And then we have that for lunch. And we sit around and talk and, have a glass of wine or a cup of coffee or whatever. And about a month ago, somebody gave me a cat toy that they had made. And I just thought, oh my gosh, it's cute. And I brought it home and my cat just friggin' loved it. So what did I do? I thought, you know what? People these days will pay anything for toys for their animals or their fur babies. I thought, you know what? I would like to make that into a small business. I'd like to make some of those up and put them online and see if I could sell them. So I mentioned it because somebody said to me, well, what are you going to do? You're retired now, aren't you? And I said, yeah, kinda. And they're like, what are you going to do? I said, well, I'm thinking of starting a small business. And unbeknownst to me, Becky, at one time, had owned a couple of thrift stores. Or not thrift stores, sorry, gift stores. Which you don't see those a lot anymore because people don't go to them. They usually order online. And she also worked for one of the car plants. So she's comfortable in her retirement, and she's single. She's got a dog, though. And so she said, really? And so she got her phone out and we started looking at them. And not one of them was exactly like the one that I got. The one I got is crocheted. Somebody crocheted this little octopus. And I mean, this thing, it's not very big. And then they put the legs, it's got legs on it that are curly. So you could probably crochet one in maybe 2 hours or an hour. So I thought, you know what? That'd be a good, and then you take the head of the octopus and you stuff it with catnip. So Becky, she goes, really? She goes, that sounds really interesting. So she whipped out her phone and we started talking about it, everything. And sometime this coming week, we're going to get together and do a business plan and see if we can find a way to make money on it. I'm sure we can. And I mean, I'm not talking about doing the damn things myself. There's enough women that crochet that I can probably get them to just advertise. Anybody want to do any piecework in crocheting? And then see if there's enough markup in them that we can sell them. And I do believe, especially closer to Christmas, it will make a little money. So Becky and I are going to do that and just see where the heck it goes. Oh, and she's going to grow the catnip. And I'm going to do all the sending stuff out and mailing and all that crap and the bank work. So that's what we're getting ready to do. And then I got on the internet here a little bit ago and I seen that Petty FIRBALL's had a grandchild. You know, the thing that I find so ironic about her, she puts a picture on, you can't see her face, you can't see the kid's face. And this is a woman who did not even take care of her own children. She didn't raise her kids. Her husband did. Petty FIRBALL spent a lifetime trying to be somebody famous. And everything she tried, it didn't work well. And that happens to a lot of people. I mean, shit, Hollywood and New York are full of those people. And like most people online, like Drunkter or whatever, they crave attention. And that's the same way Petty FIRBALL is. And she found YouTube. Well, when she found YouTube, oh my God. A lot of those videos aren't even up anymore. They're completely gone. Because she's reinvented herself so many times. She does not want people to see what she was like formerly. But anyway, the majority of her subscribers came at a time where she was targeting. Petty FIRBALL's a troll. And she was targeting a young couple named Chris and Holly. And they had just given birth to a little boy. Holly did. And PETIT invited them to Smith Island and wanted them to collaborate with her, and she did not want to, and they left. And ever since that, PETIT has been completely butthurt. Now, Chris and Holly, they're no longer together. They both got their own shows. Both of them are, even when it's 6 years later, are more successful than Petty FIRBALL's. But to this day, Petty FIRBALL is so jealous, she's still trolling. So when all this happened, Petty FIRBALL decided to create a group of people. See, she looked for them online. And they created all these fake profiles and, you know, they trolled Chris and Holly. And she did it for years. She made her show about Chris and Holly. People turned into her show to watch her fake. She even had a fake lawyer, it was all fake. And then Darlene got on YouTube, and as stupid as that woman is, drunk to her, she didn't think any of it was fake. She thought it was all real. And there's a lot of dumbass people on YouTube that don't realize how fake things are. So Darlene started, oh, you know, how dare... Chris and Holly had done a video basically telling Holly to leave them the fuck alone. They wanted to go on with their own life. They weren't interested in collabing with her. To fuck off. And of course, Petty FIRBALL couldn't do that because Petty FIRBALL's a troll. So she created that group I was telling you about that did nothing but stalk Chris and Holly. And one of the main people in that group was Robin 2.0. And to this day, Robin 2.0 is still trolling for Petty FIRBALL. She's trolling for Dar. She's over there trolling against some woman named Dawn. She's trolling against some woman named Micah Morgan. And she's trolling against myself, which I think is funny. But, you know, like, I want to speak to Petty FIRBALL. I don't wish you any sort of congratulations at all. I think you are a fake. I think you are full of shit. I think you are only married to Terry Lardass because without him, you're nothing. You haven't got any money. You're broke, just like you were just like you were when you showed up at that island. I will never forget the day I tuned into your show, and the first thing you announced was that, Terry, you've hooked the richest virgin on the island. And those were your words. That's called a Freudian slip, Furbag. And since Terry's been married to you, he's gotten fatter and fatter and fatter. His health, not as healthy as he used to be. And you, of course, spend money like it's going out of style. And you probably got some simple little job. But you are not who you portray you are. At all. I've watched you reinvent yourself several times. I've watched you make up characters on your show. I've watched you use fake avatars in analyzing the trolls, in Jimmy Smith's channel. You're just a fucking troll. And you've only got like 6,000 followers on YouTube, and you're not really growing. If it was not for you, you were the one that gave Darlene all those subs. Because you spoke, because Darlene was stupid enough. Darlene's stupid and she believes that you're real. That your online persona is real. You used that, gave her a, oh, this person's a good show on your channel, and that's how she got her subs. Not, and if I didn't see you, see, I'm not a talker. I'm not a Robin. I don't have to try to get out there and cause shit. I don't have to constantly say stuff. I just got to sit back and watch. And every once in a while, when I see enough of the crap, you know, you can't deny it. And one of the things you cannot deny, Petty Furball, is you are the OG troll. And you are still at it today. And you are trying to paint an image of yourself that is absolutely ridiculous. See, I don't like the way Chris and Holly live. That's not my thing. That's for sure. I would never raise a child like that. But the people that you and the people that you follow would like to see that little boy taken away, put into foster care, which would destroy him. And I'm sure CPS is not far from her up there. If there was a real problem, they would go see her about it. But you guys need something to talk about because you're all on the fucking spectrum and you're bored with your lives. And so are you over there on Smith Island. Because Smith Island is about as boring as it fucking gets. So you make up shit and you just get on the internet and you think you're doing something and that people really care. Like Robin. Robin's got a picture up of Ashley. Fuck you, Robin. You're an idiot. I don't care about that. Ashley doesn't care about that. But you do. What is wrong with you? And then you put up about Mike and Kathy's dog dying. You didn't do that to be decent. You did that to be a cunt. And yeah, of course, I could easily put up a picture of your granddaughter's little cheap-ass grave site on YouTube, and there isn't jack shit you could do about it. And give my condolences to their parents and not you, because you didn't raise her. But I don't, every day, all you want to do is be a cunt. And then you spend your time walking around, on the internet finding other cunts, like June Black and Beverly Thomas. Well, Jesus Christ. Beverly, I took a look at your video. You got your eyes rolling. I clicked onto your site, and there's a video where you're rolling your eyes. Take a look at your eyes. You look so unhealthy, so fucked up. The whites of your eyes are yellow. Your pupils are like pin dots. How many drugs do they have you on? Knock, knock. Is there anybody home in there? And when you're not trolling, you're and faking shit. You're on there trying to pretend you got Parkinson's or you've got the big C or whatever. Fuck off, Beverly. You're just a nasty old lady that's unhappy because she's unhealthy. Oh, and fucking Dar. Give me a break. That's basically gone right back to where it was in the beginning. There's a bunch of people in the beginning, there was people in Drunk Dur's comment section that had wrenches. Drunk Dur gave them to everybody. She's done it again. And there are a bunch of people that just keep fucking with her. No different. Nothing's changed. That's why I'm not putting any more shit out about it. And she's just getting worse. And that's a lot to do with the fact that they removed her ovaries. She's supposed to be on hormones, estrogen. And she's not taking it properly. That's why she's all over the place and so aggressive at times. And I mean, there's only so much you can listen to. I love my life. Nobody likes me drinking beer out of a wine glass or whatever the fuck she says. I don't even watch it anymore. And Robin, I don't watch you anymore. I don't care. And I don't care what you put out about me. But you can't, but I don't know, I guess you're like Betty FIRBALL. You can't control yourself. You're like children. Nothing, a troll is just a coward that hides behind a fake avatar. That's all they are. And they put out shit which they're trying to disturb the person they're directing it at. Now, I'm probably Robin put the one out on me because she wants to see if I'm still looking at her channel. Well, what the fuck? Like that's some win-win. Your minds are so small. And you all like to talk about these wonderful lives you have. Bullshit. And speaking of that, I'm going to talk about mine. Okay. It was Victoria weekend, so I was up north most of the weekend. And what we did is we had a party. So we took up a big canvas and put it on the barn out back, put a bunch of seating out there, had a bonfire going, and of course snacks and drinks. And we watched Lady Gaga's Requiem, Mayhem and Requiem. And it was so damn good that I even rewatched it. That right, if you haven't seen that yet, I mean, the only way I can describe it to you is it's somewhere between, it's like Phantom of the Opera, Requiem, religious. It's got religious stuff in it, the settings. What else? 17th century. It's just, the stage is amazing. Like, it's a whole other level. And Lady Gaga's writing in it is just, she's at the top of her game. If there was, she's completely taken anything that was associated with her and Madonna back in the day and just blew it away. It's a 2.5-hour concert, or you can find shorter versions. But oh my God, the music, the lighting, everything just is so exhilarating. It'll bring you joy, and you'll have tears running down your eyes at the same time. That's when you know it's good. And we also attended recently a showing at the Grand again, which was, I told you guys about it a long time ago. It was to do with an island out in Newfoundland that when 9/11 happened, we took in all the airplanes that they couldn't bring into New York. And an island out there, you ought to see it, took in so many airplanes, like the whole island was just covered in big Boeing 747s. And while they were there, the Canadian people took the American people into their homes, fed them, clothed them like their own family. And even though Trump has done nothing but say we use the United States, we're terrible people, I can tell you right now, if something like that happened again, we would do it again. because that's just the way we are. I've stopped watching the whole politics thing because I'm not interested in, what Trump's doing on a day-to-day basis. I was trying to get a grasp on what direction we were heading. And not just America. I mean, America does affect me, but mostly Canada. Canada affects me more than anything. And I've got it now. Where we're basically at is Canada's separated from United States. The whole I'm your cousin and we're neighbors and all that, that's no more. That's done. We are a country of our own. And like I said, the XL pipeline, regardless what Donald Trump said, what Mark Carney said, if the First Nations people don't want it to happen, it's not going to happen. And that's exactly what happened. Now, I'm not sure. I think last time I seen that they might be willing to negotiate, but it's got to be environmentally. They've got to. They'll draw a hard bargain over it for sure. And that's something I tried to explain to Americans, that we don't run our country at all like you guys do. So anyway, we're doing fine over here. Prices have stabilized. It's not cheap to live, but it's never been cheap to live over here. We're all enjoying our summers. We're all doing fine. And we're working on our own problems because, yes, we've got homeless. I'm back on a much smaller scale. And that seems to be doing pretty good too, because when driving downtown London, I'm not seeing as many issues as we had before. I have no idea what's going on because I'm no longer doing food bank help anymore. Life grows, things change, we get older. But anyway, this whole YouTube thing, comes a time where you just say it's bullshit. You don't want to waste your time on it. I look at it, sometimes I see some stuff and the word would be triggered. And I think, oh, I could really come back at that really good. But then I think, oh, I've got to friggin' do it. I've got to get on my app and create it. No, I'm not doing that. I can't be bothered anymore. I just can't get up the motivation to do it. And I get people all the time that message me and go, hey, Sin, check this out. You should do this. You should do that. And I don't. I just, no, not anymore. But that does not mean that I'm not going to. I might. I don't know. Shit happens. Oh, but anyway, so I was going to talk about Dar's issues these days. So when you have usually when you have your, I'm going to use her words, your baby making parts taken, they always leave one ovary. And that's so that she can produce her own hormones. If they take it all for purposes of the big C, well, then she's got to take synthetic. And she's not doing it properly, and then on top of it, she's drinking and she's acting like a whack job. Well, that's very dangerous. She's going to start getting whiskers. That's what's going to happen. She'll become more manly than she already is. She's just going to get worse. And like I said, there's only so much. I've heard everything she's ever had to say. So it's got to the point, too, I can't even be bothered with her. And on top of it, I've got 2 grandbabies now, and my life's changed. Now I'm working 1 day this week, and I'm totally sitting here thinking, oh, I'm going to just fucking quit. We'll see if I do or not. But anyway, have a great day, trolls. Enjoy the summer sunshine. And to all my subscribers, you too have a great day. Oh, and Jenny and Audrey. The reason you're not getting the views you used to anymore on the shorts, you know why they're not going up to the thousands? There's a reason for that, and I know what it is. And it's not to do with your videos aren't as good as they were. Good luck figuring it out. Bye now.